All right, we're back here down at the 2000 block of South Kansas Avenue, where police have asked the media members to stay down at the north end of the bridge. Earlier we were reporting from the south edge of the bridge a moment ago, and so we're keeping it here live for now, and we'll give you information as it unfolds. We'll stick here for a while as we can.
No, and we can't leave from right here.
So once again, we're doing multiple things here, folks, and we'll do the best we can not to move the camera too much. We apologize for that.
Oh, they just said that they were transferred to the hospital by AMR.
So
that's all they
there's
said.
A lot of action down the street here, a block away. You can see the lights of the police cars and different...
Okay.
Alright folks, so just to recap, there's 20th in Kansas, there was a shooting here, 2 people taken to the hospital, and the suspect is still out on the loose, so police are looking for that suspect now.
The witnesses said after the shooting, someone had been seen running out of these houses. You see over here across the street to the left here. They came running across the bridge, as you see right here over the Shunga Creek. And that's where officers are trying to locate this person at. Last seen running across this bridge here. Creek's down here, as you can see. And again, we're just kind of waiting for more word from police. We have 2 people with serious injuries here who were taken to the hospital, emergent by American Medical Response Ambulance. One was being transported right as I was pulling up here, about 12, I'd say 12:18, 12:20. The other person was transported just after I arrived, which was about, I would say, 12:22. Both of them took off very fast from here. They were headed to Topeka hospitals, and we don't know which one at this point now. Topeka police officers were following the ambulance and again taking note of those individuals as they were there. And we'll go here behind Rick so I can get everybody's way here.
Yeah, Terry, were you a witness? Is that how you know it's the second house from the bridge on the east side? Did you actually witness something happening? I'll go ahead and zoom in as much as I can. But we are a pretty good
folks are asking where this is. We are in the 2000 block of South Kansas Avenue here. We are being asked to stay on the north end of the bridge here, which we're abiding by the request of police here at the scene. Earlier we were a little further up, but we were asked to move down here, which we did. Now, 2 people were shot over here this afternoon. If you're just joining us, about 12 p.m. We're told 2 people shot in a house across the street on the left here. Both of them with serious injuries. We're not sure if they were life-threatening or not, but the American Medical Response Ambulance certainly seemed to be treated as such because they really got out of here fast.
So they have their crime scene tape stretched all the way from there. I do know that the K9 unit was actually round those.
We're going to back up just a little bit here and give you a little different view. You see the police right here are blocking off the street here at 20th and Kansas Avenue. You can get up to 20th if you're coming south, but then you're going to have to turn to the east or west. And you can see this long line of police tape. This is where they believe this person, after having shot these 2 individuals, we believe there's 2 victims here. This individual that the assailant was said to have run across the bridge and down through this area. Now, police officers here did bring their K9 units out, and we're not sure at this point how successful that tracking has been, but they were out here within maybe 20 minutes after the shooting with the dog. So that's really about all we can tell you at this juncture as far as what we have already told you. We'll kind of keep repeating in case people are joining us midstream here. To reiterate what happened at about 12 p.m., there was a report of gunshots in this area. Now, a neighbor across the street said it sounded like somebody was pounding on her door, and this individual said that it woke up her and her boyfriend. They were asleep. The boyfriend then looked out and saw someone running from the scene and was headed this way across the bridge that we're standing at right now. Officers quickly descended on the scene, and soon the area was blocked off. Now, 21st in Kansas, any traffic coming north is blocked. You're going to have to turn either east or west at 21st. Officers and police have asked us to keep, to remind people at this point, probably you want to stay away from this area. You're not going to get through it real easily. Probably go to Topeka Boulevard or over to Adams to get through. Officers also are blocking off southbound traffic here at 20th Street. So we have 20th blocked off behind me. We have 21st Street blocked off here in front. And that's where we are at this particular moment. We have both sides are completely blocked, no traffic coming through. Multiple officers are on the scene here. And again, these individuals are they're trying to find out the person who did the shooting. Now, the neighbor across the street said again that she heard several gunshots, very loud, looked outside, there was someone laying on the ground after having a gunshot wound. We're told somebody else got carried out of one of the houses. So there was that also. And right now we don't know where the assailant ran. We were told the assailant may have run across this bridge here to the north from the shooting scene. These houses are the first two houses to the south of the Shunga Creek here and South Kansas Avenue. We are, again, about half a mile to the south of downtown Topeka. And just to give you an idea, there's the State House, of course, just back about a mile or so to the north. So this is where we are. And we're looking now to the south. Turn it around. Did you hear anything? Or? What's that? I don't know about the car. All I know is they had two people got shot in there.
Thank you.
One of the houses had two people got shot, and then the two in the hospital in the ambulance, serious injuries. So, I've got the Facebook Live going here, so I don't know. Did you have any information? Again, we're keeping an eye on this. Something that people say here. I hope they catch them. And again, anybody with information right away, you want to call Topeka Police Detectives at 785-368-9400. That's 785-368-9400. You can also call Capital Area Crime Stop or leave an anonymous tip with any information that might be of help to officers investigating this. The Capital Area Crime Stoppers number is 785-234-0007. Again, 785-234-0007. We're going to stay here for a while. We're not going to be here a whole lot longer. It looks to me like they have the situation under control. It's just a matter now of them doing the investigations, getting their criminal investigation units out here at the scene, and we will just stay here for probably a few more minutes to see what we can ascertain. We've already talked to Lieutenant Jennifer Cross. She told us that there were two gunshot victims who were transported by American Medical Response ambulance to the local hospital. Again, the injuries were considered serious. They're unknown if they were life-threatening. Again, though, both of the victims were taken away in ambulances at very high speeds with the lights and sirens going. That typically indicates that both individuals were in life-threatening situations. It's not typical for those ambulances to leave quite that quickly and with lights and sirens going, with police following them, unless it's a very, very serious situation. So again, we have officers here coming down. We'll maybe see if we can get a quick update here, and if we do, we'll be able to get a quick word there from them. But again, we'll just have to wait and see if there's any additional information here. We'll stay around here for just a few short more minutes, and then we'll be taking off here momentarily. So.
you have more updates?
Brief updates, yes.
Okay.
Give you brief updates. News are falling out.
Okay.
Progress.
Thank you so much.
Okay. You guys let me know when you're ready.
Let's see, I'm going to need just a quick second here. Trying to figure out what's going on with my, had my microphone in the way of my camera. Okay, let's see. And I'm okay in the road here, is that right?
Yeah, it's blocked at the moment, so we're getting ready to pare that down a little bit. But
Okay.
for now, the road's blocked. So.
All right.
Okay, so status from the officers at the hospital is that the 2 male victims that are being treated at a local hospital, both are considered critical. One is considered life-threatening. Life-threatening has not been ruled out for the second victim at this point, but it's listed as critical. So that's where we stand there. In speaking with the witnesses at the scene, they describe a black male in a brown coat leaving the area immediately following shots, and that's the best description we have at this moment in time. We are working to try and see if we have any better suspect information with canvassing the area. So we still would request that people try to avoid the area from about the 2000 block to about the 2100 block of South Kansas for the time being. Okay.
Do we know which house the actual shooting occurred in yet? Or
The call was from a house in the 2000 block, but we're not going to release the address, obviously. So
Were the victims found in the house or the yard, or
both victims were located by officers outside, is my understanding. That may differ once the initial responding officers are talked to, but when I arrived, the victim was outside receiving medical treatment. So.
And can you tell us about how many officers are on the scene out here besides the Kansas Highway Patrol, the Crime Scene Investigative Unit, correct?
We have our Investigations Bureau, CSI, which is our crime scene investigators, and we have a couple FOB patrolmen that are basically assisting with traffic control and scene control, and we are working to scale that back as soon as we can. So.
how long do you think the street's going to be blocked off?
I would anticipate that we will be down to 1 lane of traffic that's blocked northbound within the near future. We were just discussing that. So.
And right now, this is, of course, being investigated as a shooting, but if, very unfortunately, one of the victims doesn't pull through, then, of course, this will turn into a homicide investigation. Is that correct?
Correct. At this moment, it's being investigated as an aggravated battery. Obviously, if a victim were to succumb to those injuries, it would be upgraded to a homicide, but that remains to be seen. So.
And are they all done with the witnesses?
I can't answer that. I'm not sure. I believe one was being transported down to the station for a formal statement, and some were interviewed on the scene because they didn't want to be transported, but we had cooperative witnesses at this point. Just not a whole lot of information at the time, so if anybody knows anything, they can call Crime Stoppers or call CIB.
And we had family asking, if they live in this area, how can they get to their home?
At this point, they would just need to make contact with one of the traffic control officers, and that would be evaluated on a case-by-case situation. Obviously, generally what we would do is check an address on your driver's license to ensure that you do, in fact, live in a house and that it's not a house that we're actually holding pursuant to the investigation. But we obviously want to, don't want to keep people from their homes if we don't have to.
Was there anybody else in the house besides the 2 victims?
I don't know the answer to that at this point.
Thank you so much for updating us,
Thanks,
Cross.
Jennifer.
Appreciate it.
See you guys later.
Thank you.
Yep. Just come back if you have
Well,
any
there's
more.
more from Jennifer Cross, Lieutenant from the Topeka Police Department. We thank her again for coming down to visit with us, give us that update. And again, life-threatening injuries at least for one, critical on the other
Again, it's,
possibility of
injuries for one and also
the
critical,
other even going to be life-threatening.
pretty
So it didn't
serious
sound
shooting in this area
real good there
near
in that
the
situation.
2100 South Kansas, and they are actually looking for a black male.
We will be
suspect
taking off
in
here
a brown
shortly
coat
again,
is all the
and we're
information
back
we
here
have.
from the 2000 block of South Kansas Avenue. We're at the north end of the bridge that spans the Chunganunga Creek. And again, you see the police here blocking off the Kansas Avenue down back to my south, to my north here. I'm looking south again, and officers are going to be here for a while. Lieutenant Cross said that the avenue here should be opened up at least to 1 lane of traffic here before too long, northbound, and I'm guessing the southbound lanes as well. So it shouldn't be too much longer. Hopefully by the time people are getting off work, you'll be able to come through here this afternoon. But again, the crime scene investigation unit has arrived. We don't know exactly at this juncture the nature of this investigation. Right now it's being looked at as an aggravated battery, but we may have some changes with that based upon the outcome of those individuals who were wounded here this afternoon. Again, 2 people shot. Suspect described only at this point as a black male wearing a brown jacket who was seen fleeing from the area. Witnesses had reported that this individual was seen running north here across the bridge from these houses right up at the street here. And again, at this point, dogs have been called out. Police dogs have been called to the scene to try to track down the individual. But at this point, no one has been located. So stay with us. We will keep you up to date as we do get more information. And we'll be signing off here momentarily from the 2000 block of South Kansas Avenue. Again, that's the story here. Trying to see if we have any more information, and looking at those of you who are chiming in. And yes, just again, people are hoping that they are able to find the assailant, and certainly that is what the police are trying to do. Anyone again with information may call Capital Area Crime Stoppers 785-234-0007. You can provide any information you can there anonymously, be eligible for a possible cash reward upon the apprehension and conviction of any individuals in connection with this crime. We'll wrap it up here again for the last time here from this scene this afternoon. 2 people shot and wounded at about 12:12 p.m. this afternoon on Tuesday, right around 12:12 p.m. Tuesday, in the 2000 block of South Kansas Avenue, right near the intersection of Hampton and South Kansas Avenue. Both individuals taken in serious, possibly critical condition to the local hospital by American Medical Response Ambulance. We're just told that one of the individuals does have life-threatening injuries, and the other person's injuries may end up being considered life-threatening as well. The person who has been identified as a possible suspect was described as a black male wearing a brown jacket. He was last seen from witnesses running north across the bridge here that spans the Shunga Creek here in the 2000 block of South Kansas Avenue. We'll keep you updated. Check cjonline.com for more information as it becomes available. Reporting from the 2000 block of South Kansas Avenue, this is Phil Anderson for cjonline.com.